Right guys, so I can just pass the knowledge on. So we decided we just finished a Zoom class. We decided to do a bit of mobility. I said to the guys there, a lot of them, or quite a lot of people, putting a lot of mileage in now on the body because that's their, as in running. So that's their way of getting out, getting some fresh air, and getting some exercise. Because a lot of gyms are shut now. So what we'll find is people start feeling, normally what you don't actually feel it in your calves when you start doing a lot of running. You get what we call a feeling of shin splints, as a lot of people mention it. And you get it at the front because the calves get so tight, they start pulling the skin here and the muscle and everything's just rubbing on the bone. So that's normally when you start to feel it, or you start to get cramp in the arch of your foot. So what we're going to do today is we're just going to work a bit on this area here with stuff that you got at home. Okay, so we'll start on that first, but if you have got a rolling pin or another roller for your quads that we're going to do afterwards, then you can go and fetch that now. So just pause the video if you need to. So guys, if you can see what I'm going to do now, so we're going to work the calves, yeah? We don't need any kit here. All we need, and this method is done by Kelly Starrett, is the shin. Okay, so the opposite leg, we're going to use, it's called this bone saw, and we use the shin bone to saw away at the back of our calves. So if you look at it from here, I'm just going to bring my foot round until my shin is almost behind the back of my knee, starting at the top of my calf. Okay, so come round there, and all I've got to do now is I'll just sit back and put some weight on there. Okay, so that feels okay. I can just rock back and forth. I can go from side to side. Okay, if that feels alright, then I move down a little bit. So whenever we're doing this, guys, we should be able to breathe through it. Okay, we should be able to hold a conversation. You should feel slight pain, discomfort, but again, you should be able to breathe and talk. If you can't, if you find you're holding your breath, come off that, release, and then try again once you've got your breath back. Okay, so really get that shin into the calf, and we're rocking back and forth in that saw motion, okay? If that feels okay, then we can start moving down, and that's where I am there. That's pretty, I can still talk, as you can see, but that is, I can definitely feel some discomfort. It's just where the muscles are tight. That just needs to be loosened up and getting the blood back in there again. Let's rock back and forth. And then you can move around as well, twist it around a little bit. Really want to punish yourself. Just going to check, see how the guys are getting on. How are you getting on with that, guys? All good? Yeah, let's get back. So, and then we keep moving around there, guys. We really want to be spending somewhere between 3 and 5 minutes if we've got the time. Definitely something worth doing after a run rather than before. Because you don't want to almost wear those muscles out before you even start to work them. Back and forth, walking around. Got some real discomfort there, but again I can still breathe. And I can come across, and I'm working my way down to the back of my ankle now, down to the Achilles. Come out of that a little bit, back down there. And again, back and forth, like that saw motion here. And then put the weight on, get to the Achilles. I'm quite fine there. So just want to spend the last few seconds, 20 seconds or so. Okay, and then we come out of that. Okay. So again, if that's too much, guys, if that shin's too much, that rolling pin you can start on there, roll back and forth. Okay, the rolling pin's good. Sometimes that bit you couldn't quite get to, the outer leg with the shin, then you can start to roll that with the rolling pin and just get a few of the knots out there. I tend to get quite a bit of a knot just on the outside there. Okay, I get a little bit of a knot there, so sometimes if I want to just iron that out and loosen it up, then that pin helps. Okay, right, we'll switch legs, guys. So this time my left foot's going to come over. Again, starting just behind the knee. Okay, I'll sit back into that, get some weight into it. Making sure you can see me first. So I'm there, and then I'm going to start going from side to side, left to right. Just sawing away or twisting away. Anything, just trying to get the blood flow and get that fascia skin which is underneath our skin, just to loosen up a bit and take some of the knots out and just really like get the blood flowing again in there to loosen it up. Okay, again I can still breathe, but I've got quite a bit of discomfort on this foot. I can still breathe and still obviously talk. Get to a point where I don't feel I can do that, then I'll stop and I'll reassess, okay? Back and forth, I can sit right into that if I really want to get the bone in there. So I put my weight into it and then come back up again. Again, just sawing away. And all I'm doing is using this my own shin as a foam roller, just to do some soft tissue work, loosen that up. A lot of people avoid the calves, and there's, you know, the obvious reason is because it's not very pleasant. But again, put us in a bad situation if we let that build up, we let that tension build up. Okay, last minute guys, we just try to find any sore spots and go back to, really tight there. Again, if that's a bit much, then you can come to the rolling pin, just finish up the last bit. I've got this great bit of tool, I can just sit on it while watching TV and get away with some work. Okay, how does that feel, guys? Yeah, good. We're going to do a little bit on the quads now. There's another area where, not that it gets missed, it's just a lot of people tend to forget about this area when we've been running a lot. So you've got a few options. You can sit down on this one with your rolling pin, or you go for the rolling pin today, so just pull this up and then get the pin onto there, or if you've got a foam roller then you're going to roll on it, but you just want to start from the top basically, and then you just want to work right way to a point where you feel it's tight, and then you want to go back up and down on that particular spot for about 10 reps. And then look for somewhere else. But I know I'm going to come back there because that was a little bit tight, so don't have to be on there for too much to the point where you have to hold your breath. So again, I'm a little bit tight around this area, so I'm going to do 10 reps. 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then work my way back down again. That's quite loose around here, feels fine. You'll know if you put a bit of weight on, if it feels good. There's no point, if it feels good, there's no point just working on that, you're wasting your time. That area is good. We want to get that tight bit, which is this bit here for me, feeling like the area that feels nice, okay? So that there, that's uncomfortable. That's really uncomfortable there. So I want to go over it a few times. I might even have to come back to it. Okay, so just going back and forth. Then you can, again, if you're on a roller, you can do the same thing. Putting your body weight into it. Okay, I'm going to switch legs, but I know that still needs a little bit of attention. Are we all good that side, guys? You get a lot from these rollers. If you've got one at home, most of you should have one. I've got one, like I say, I've got that, which is pretty good. I can just sit and watch the TV. But I just got to try to stop the girls from beating each other up with it. Okay, so again, it's the same spot for me round here. That feels quite uncomfortable. Put the weight into it, 10 reps. And then I come round. So I'm quite alright on this side, a little bit near the teardrop, but not too bad. I can do 10 reps there. That feels alright. And that seems to be alright there. I'm just going to go back here again. That's better already. That bit's not so very nice. And then I just roll. That's quite tight there. I'm going to switch back to that leg again where it was tight from the last few minutes, last minute. Yeah, it's getting better. Okay, so that helped a little bit, just break up some of the tissue, but obviously, oh sorry, once we, so what we want to do with the soft tissue work, we always want to release some of those knots off first before we stretch. You get a lot of people come back from a run and they go straight into stretching. So the ideal situation you want to be doing is doing the foam rolling, the soft tissue stuff, breaking up the tissue, loosening it up, and then we stretch it into a position where we want it, okay? So quick stretch of the calves, we'll do 30 seconds on both legs. So foot's going to be nice and flat here, and then I'm going to walk my hands out and then come back. Sorry, just come back through here and then stretch. Calves out here, okay, so this leg's as straight as it can be. I'm feeling stretched down there. Pushing my weight through my hands. Trying to get that foot nice and flat. And I'm pushing with my hands here to push my hips back. Okay, change legs. Again, straighten the leg up, push back. Okay, then we just quickly stretch the quads off. So, knee in stretch, left leg out, right leg on the floor, and I'm going to push my hips forward to a first stretch down the front. And then if I really want to increase that a little bit, I can come up. Or the other option, if I'm reasonably flexible, is that I come here, grab this foot first, and then bring that up. And then I push my hips forward. But otherwise, if you can't do that, then just have the foot flat down, okay? And I'm getting a real good stretch down the front of a quad there, where I did the foam, did the soft tissue work. Keep pushing the hips back and forth. Okay, and then change over. Again, if you're doing it with, you can do it in this position. That's fine if that's good enough for you. If you want something a little bit deeper, then grab the foot. You can hold on to something if you need to. If not, then just use that. And then what I'm doing is squeezing the butt here and pushing my hips forward. And then relax, okay? So that's something you can do after running. I wouldn't suggest do it before. Just do some light prime work, as in just some squats and the lunge stretch, but not too much, okay, before you go running. But definitely do this after that, release it a little bit, and maybe do it the night before running will really help, okay? I hope that was beneficial for some of you runners out there.